and we're talking about something everybody can relate to: breaking bad habits. Breaking bad habits, which is very tough. I got my breakfast here. I got my main breakfast right here. My main breakfast. Honestly, I got my main breakfast right here. Watermelon, of course. But I also got a treat too. And I know a lot of people in the vegan community, they're gonna be like, no, don't do it. But I don't claim vegan though. I just claim vegetarian. So every now and then, I treat myself. Feel me? So I made me an egg croissant today. An egg and cheese croissant. But yeah, breaking bad habits, and that's a broad topic. It's a broad subject, but I feel like we just need to talk about that. And the reason why is because a lot of us start building and creating bad habits the older we get. And the only reason why I'm talking about these topics because I'm guilty of them. I'm guilty of them too. And every day it's a daily process. It's a everyday process to get better and better with yourself, to build the best version of you. Right? So bad habits, breaking bad habits, like I said previously, it's a broad subject. It's a broad topic. Um, we could attach bad habits to pretty much any subject or any situation in life. And we all, as people, we go through different changes and different phases of life and different phases of ourselves. I'm entering the chapter of 40 in 3 years, so I'm really doing my best to recognize bad habits and um, recognizing bad habits, bad routines, and changing those for the better. Guys, it's a constant struggle. It's a constant struggle. Nobody has the blueprint to living a long life. Nobody does. But we do have examples, and we have examples, and we also have different people that we can look up to that show us like this is no joke. The game of life itself is no joke. Every day you have to push harder and harder and harder. Um, Today, guys, I feel rejuvenated. I definitely got a lot of rest last night, but I feel like really rejuvenated. And I was supposed to eat heavy yesterday, but I didn't. So I guess today, whenever I go home from lunch, because I made some vegetable pasta, uh, I will do that after I finish doing my workout. But I feel really good. I feel super energized. I had bad habits, guys. I was building bad habits, like for real, for real. One of the worst habits I was building was I was smoking a lot of weed from age 18 all the way until last year. And I was battling that within myself because I had told myself that I wasn't going to be smoking weed anymore. Let's go. Because I got to put these towels in the washer. So I told myself I wasn't going to be smoking any more weed. And I finally stopped smoking weed June 28th last year. I stopped it last year. And I'm not even going to lie to y'all. That was one of the most That was oh snap. My bad, guys. I'm gonna have to hold it. That was one of the most difficult times in my life. First of all, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. Second of all, it was just difficult. It was difficult to stop. I had created a routine, an unhealthy routine, for over 16 years, guys. Over 16 years. Well, not even 16. I think, yeah, about 16 years. So I was doing that every single day. I was doing it every day, every morning, afternoon, and night. So sometimes 3, 4 times a day. And I found myself like really needing to do that every day. I was like craving it, having attitudes. I would leave early. Like I would leave my parents' house on Sunday early just so I could go back home and smoke weed, you know? Like everything that I did was weed was involved, guys. I wouldn't go nowhere, I wouldn't eat nothing unless I smoked weed. And I found myself like, dang, bro, like you really an addict, low key. There's no low key about it. You really an addict, bro. Like you have to have that every single day. And like I said, this is just one of the bad habits that I broke. But yeah, guys, it was totally bad. At first, when I first started, like I I would smoke one time a day. I smoke it, I guess, in the morning and maybe at night. Majority of the time, I would smoke 2 times a day in the morning. That morning, I would go. I would take a shower. Dixie. I would take a shower, wipe all that stuff off me, and then I would start my day. As years progressed, I would smoke. I wouldn't even take a shower. You feel me? I wash my hands, wash my face, and go out smelling like smoke. And on top of that, I was smoking Black and Miles, guys. I was smoking Black and Miles. I was smoking weed, smoking Black and Miles. I'm smelling like a whole smoke bone. And these bad habits that I created also attracted other people that was doing the same thing. Yeah, yeah, I'm smoking right now. It's all good, bro. Everybody has to quit at they gotta quit at their own time. That's how I look at it. I'm just giving y'all my story because hopefully I can motivate you to do the right thing as far as breaking bad habits. You know, Minnie Mouse. I bet you love chicken and grape soda. Nah, I don't even eat chicken. Uh, KKK. Or make the video great American history. Okay, Minnie. I mean, only really though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I hate the block trolls, but I'm just being honest with you. Like, if you start wilding out, I'm gonna block you. I'm 20, been smoking since 15 though. Yeah, so you might want to stop. You know, you might want to stop. I just know everything that I was involved around, and the people that I was attracting. You know, they were smokers as well. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's fine if that's something that you really want to do for the rest of your life. But I knew that that wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Even back then when I was young, like 20 and stuff like that, yeah, I feel good to be hooping and shit too. Yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Honestly, I wouldn't do it forever. But what I noticed though, I started getting more in trouble with the weed. And then I had my son full time, so I was like, nah, I don't want to be setting a bad example for him. And my son is 10, and he started recognizing routines. So that's one thing I will say, especially the Spanish parents. Your children is definitely looking up at you. You know. Yep. The topic is breaking bad habits. Breaking bad habits. And like I said at the beginning, like I said at the beginning of the conversation, it's a broad topic, but I wanted to start with myself and a recent bad habit that I just finished breaking, and it's been over a year now. I was smoking weed heavily, and everything that I did evolved around smoking marijuana. And I said to myself, um, this is just something I had to stop because it was just consuming my whole entire schedule. Everything of involved in my schedule considered smoking. If I go to the studio, I wanted to do that. I wanted to bring it with me, have a smoke break before I go into the studio. Before I made my beats, right? Before I did anything, that's something that I felt like I had to do. And at the end of the day, it was just slowing me down. It was just slowing me down, guys. And another thing too, I want to be sharp in the mind. It don't matter if I wasn't drinking. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing none of the other stuff, but I was still smoking, which was altering my mind, and it definitely makes a big difference. Okay, and it definitely makes a big difference. Um, another bad habit that I was breaking um, was being late. Like I hate being late, and that's something that I was doing. I was being late, 5 minutes late, six. Like that's not professional. That's not being professional. Even when it came to jobs, I was being like before I became a barber, I was being a little bit late. I would either be right on time, right, or maybe like 3, 4 minutes early. That was it. Like I developed a bad routine of just being at my at my place of work right on time. So now like I take great pride in making sure that I'm early for all of my appointments for my work, unless I have no control over it. Like during the week time, my son he has karate practice, so if I have a haircut appointment at 8 o'clock, there's no way that I can get here 30 minutes early when I'm traveling from Rayford. So I let my clients know, look, Monday through Wednesdays, I'm gonna be here maybe 5 minutes before 8. That's about it. Sometimes I might be here 3 minutes before 8. And the only reason why because I'm traveling all the way from Polk County. You know, but these are bad habits that I was developing and that I broke. And it's other bad habits too. And like I said before, the older you get, you start creating bad habits. The older you get, so it's very crucial at an early age when you're young. You want to develop positive habits. You don't want to create bad habits because once you get in a routine of creating bad habits, it's hard to stop it. Right? Money too. When you stop, yeah, you definitely do. You save so much money when you stop smoking because it's not just buying the weed. Now you gotta buy the cigar, then you gotta buy your snacks, and it's just time consuming. If you spend $20 every day of the week, that's $140, guys. And some people spend more than that. You know, so I save so much money, so much more money. Yeah, it all adds up. And another thing too, right? Your teeth, your teeth start getting yellow, man. That's one thing I've noticed. Like my teeth was yellow too. Teeth yellow, your breath smell bad, right? And you look dried out. Your lips black. Like, just being honest with you guys, it's not worth it. Really, I've never encountered that. Okay. Like I said, different people have different symptoms. I just know I was smoking cigars every single day. I wasn't smoking papers. Some days I would brush my teeth after I finished smoking. Some days I wouldn't brush my teeth after I finished smoking. I brush my teeth every day, but I'm just being honest. It's just too much to handle, in my personal opinion. So I just cut everything off. I cut everything off. Um, and it's strictly for the sake of my son. I didn't want to have my son or see my son. smoking or he get in trouble for smoking, you know. I stopped a long time ago. I haven't smoked in years. Don't regret it. Yeah, I don't regret it either. And I ain't even gonna lie. So at the beginning of this summer, I admit though, I really love the smell. Yeah, the smell do be crazy until you smell the after smell of it. Like the after smell is crudy. And one thing I have to admit though, I still think about it though. I think about it, and I ain't gonna say I think about it daily, but I think about it. And this summer, I was trying to grow a plant, right? Because at the end of the year, I was going to I was going to smoke one before the end of the year, like literally the last day of the year, right? But every time I tried to germinate one of my seeds, they never did. So it was like a sign, like, bro, you just done with it right now. Maybe when I get older, I don't know. And I got all my stuff accomplished, but as of right now, I'm done with it. You drink? That's something I never. Nah, I don't drink. Oh, so I made salads. I just made earlier this morning. I made a egg and cheese croissant. I grew lots of plants, had many, lad, everything in my garage. Too much money, too much care and money. Definitely too much care and money. And see, I wasn't even doing it that route. I was gonna put it in the flower pot and just let. Basically, I was just gonna let nature do its course, let the sun do its course. But yeah, that's what I was eating. I was eating an egg and cheese croissant, but now I'm eating my watermelon. This is the main breakfast. The egg and cheese croissant was pretty much like a treat. Yeah, it's morning right here. Will I play Fortnite? No, I don't play Fortnite. Honestly, I don't have the time to play any of those games. It's straight parenting, barbering, content, music for me. And the content is a variety of different things I do, working out, fitness, and everything like that. So I'm literally tunnel vision right now, guys. Once I get my channels monetized, I will definitely have more time to do the things that I would really like to do. You know, Marty, welcome to the chat, yo. Great day. Barbering is dope. How many years you got cutting hair? Well, I started doing it professionally in 2017, so I'm almost at 10 years. But I've been doing it since like middle school. So altogether, I got over 10 years, over really over 20. For real, for real. Definitely putting that work in. Putting that work in. I am. So another bad habit I had too, guys, was well, honestly, Mahid, I think it's a Mashid, Mahid, Mahad, Majad, Mahid, Majid. Hopefully, saying your name right. But this is the main source of income for me right now. Excuse me. This is the main source of income for me. But I'm doing my social medias as far as especially my YouTubes because I want my YouTube channels to provide passive income for me. So that's why I'm live on this every day, posting my podcast so people can just check out the topic. People feel comfortable venting, you know, all that. Yep. Another bad habit that I had too, guys, was using profanity. Really using a lot of profanity. And I'm not saying that I still don't, because I still do sometimes, but not like I used to. I was I was brought up in a house where we know how to use vocabulary. We know how to formulate sentences in a very positive way. We know how to conversate. So for me to revert back to what I was taught in the streets and by my so-called associates, what I call friends back in the day, that shows how strong peer pressure is. You know, you got it right. Okay, cool. So I pride myself in knowing how to talk, how to hold a conversation. I also pride myself in using a wide range of vocabulary words where I can formulate sentences where the viewers, subscribers, people in general, they understand what I'm talking about, even if they've never heard the word that I using in a sentence, they understand what I'm saying. You know, this is something I really like to do, guys. I really like to go on live and talk. Like I'm not. Oh my God! No, 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 no. Yeah, look at that! Oh my God! Nah, I'm a chill individual. I'm a chill individual. I'm not like these other streamers. I'm not like these other YouTube influencers, guys. I'm really me. I'm just chill. I'm a chill type dude. Now I do get aggressive if I'm pushed to that point, you know. But 98% of the time, really 99% of the time, I'm chill. Yeah, you can ask me something though. You said conversate. What is converse, buddy? Your vocabulary is nothing unique. Oh, okay. Appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate that. Have you ever cut people off and look back like old friends? You were hanging like old friends. Yeah, of course. I've definitely cut people off. And the thing is, I ain't gonna say cut them off. Well, yeah, I've cut people off, and I've just let relationships, old relationships, and friendships fade. Definitely let them fade out. And the reason why is because that's a lot of energy taken away from you, especially if it's not positive energy, if it's not encouraging energy, right? If it's not productive, I definitely don't need it. I don't need it around me, and I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it at all. So yeah, I've definitely have, you know, I've definitely experienced all of that as a influencer, as a friend, you know, definitely have. Look, coach, but you have to do that. The older you get, you want to let friendships or associateships or associates that you pretty much are not fond of, you want to let those relationships fade, especially if it's not being beneficial towards the whole your whole goals and aspirations. Yeah, sometimes that's the best way to do it. Let it fade away. Let it fade away. Because let's be honest, right? We don't have a lot of time on this earth. So every little second, every little minute, every hour, every day, it counts. You know, it definitely counts. So I just look at it like that. And you know, never know what's going to happen the next day, or the next week, or the next year, or next month, or the next minute or hour. That's the beauty about life. Like just being prepared to take on the day, you know? Breaking bad habits, though. Breaking bad habits. And another thing, too, we as people, it's like we don't want to stop the bad habits because for the longest, I knew that I was developing bad habits. I knew I was creating bad habits, but I didn't want to stop. Excuse me. I didn't want to stop for my own selfish reasons, you know? I didn't want to stop. But with age comes maturity. With age comes growth, which is maturity. Um, you just start seeing things different, you know? But breaking bad habits. Like I said, this is a broad subject, this is a broad topic. We could be talking about this for hours, literally. But I'm not gonna drill you today, you know. I'm not gonna drill you today. But what I can say, right, is we can probably run this subject on live again, maybe next week or maybe even tomorrow. A lot of us have bad habits that we want to break, but we're not willing to try to break. And a lot of that can definitely, I feel like that can hold us back from growing, maturing, right? It can hold stepping back. And the whole thing is, whenever you're growing older, getting older, you want to elevate. That means you want to move forward. You want to move forward in life. You want to grow. And if you're not moving forward, right, that means you're stepping back. Okay? You're stepping back. There's no need to do that to yourself, especially if you see yourself accomplishing more goals, right, and going higher, uh, accomplishing more goals, and elevating higher in life. Okay, and that's just something that I see myself doing. Right, I see myself elevating, not de-escalating. So I definitely see myself elevating in life every single day, every single year. And of course, it's going to take time. But the more you practice, the more that you focus, and the more you just kick those bad habits aside, guys, you get closer. You get closer and closer to your goals. All right? Guys, it's Philip Randolph. We just finished talking about bad habits, breaking bad habits. And like I said before at the beginning of the podcast, not the podcast, but the live, it's a broad topic, it's a broad subject. Okay? It's broad. So this is one thing I can honestly say, right? Your bad habit might not be mine, but we all share bad habits, and we have bad habits that we can break. But are you willing to break? Are you willing to put that effort in so you can break those? All right? All right, till the next time, make sure you share, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment, but like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified until the next podcast, to the next live broadcast, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay focused, stay motivated, and I'm out.